Listen, I risk it for Springbank, all right?
That's
I'm not going to try the newest release.
I'm proud of you for doing it. I'm just,
I would do terrible things to try this.
Hey, welcome to Super Social Club. I'm Jeremy.
This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob.
Welcome to the Whiskey Rant podcast.
It's a little crusty.
It's frustrating.
And it's going to be a little bit of a rant.
I don't understand it. I don't know why.
Some sort of injustice.
Anyway, end rant.
Hello and welcome back to the Whiskey Rant podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Rob.
And tonight we are reviewing the newest release from the Springbank Distillery, part of the Wood series, the 10-year-old Palo Cortado cask.
It's in a...
Do we need to do a moment of silence?
We should do a moment.
If you follow Rob on Instagram, you'll see what happened to this bottle. It's everyone's nightmare when a bottle comes and you see that the box is wet.
Yeah,
and
the box was soaked.
Tell them what happened.
So I got a notification that I got a delivery. Go to the mailbox. There's a key in my little mailbox slot. Take the key, open up the box, and I could see a puddle under the box. Already, I'm like, yeah. I already knew.
And you knew that was the bottle that was in there too, right?
I knew that was the bottle because it's happened before.
Yeah.
It's like
you've had terrible luck.
This happened. This is like deja vu. This happened with the Springbank 10 2020 local barley. Actually, two of them. Yeah. So one was mine and one was my buddy Paulo's.
Yeah. And
they both broke. Out of 4 bottles in that box, the only 2 that broke were those local barleys. And the 2 other ones were long grow something or other, whatever, reds. And then this time, 2 bottles again. This Hazelburn 15 and this Palo Cortado. This is actually our buddy Paulo's bottle. We're saying Paulo a lot because this is called the Palo Cortado. Paolo, actually. And this was broken. But why I was able to salvage, actually there would have been more, but I filtered it with coffee filters a bunch of times.
Try to make sure that there's no glass
shards
left in here.
Anything like that. So
there isn't, right? Okay.
I don't think so. I'm gonna let you drink it first. And
okay, great. Yeah,
great. But yeah, so I filtered it 3 times the first day, and then another I double I put 2 filters together.
Yeah.
And I filtered it again the next day because I wasn't confident.
I think that's more than enough to get.
So this is the result. Now I'm not sure if it altered the color because I can't really tell.
Because it looks lighter to us than maybe you would think.
It looks a little lighter than I thought.
I don't think it would alter the color though.
I wonder.
I don't think so.
I wonder if removing the oils would alter the color and maybe using coffee filters. So this is not going to be the most trustworthy review of this bottle. If it's amazing, it's because it's been filtered 13 times.
Yeah. If you want to improve your Springbank Cortado, then coffee filter it.
I've actually, so it's funny, I posted on Instagram the whole thing that happened with the bottle. It was really tightly wrapped, which is why the bottom was broken off, but it was stuck on the bottle.
Yeah.
And then I guess just the way you turned it would leak out some of the liquid. So I had it flipped over, and in the first Instagram post you could see there's probably close to a half a bottle left. Mm-hmm. But then again, with all the filtering and everything else, I lost some. But the only reason I was able to salvage it is because it was so tightly wrapped. So it kind of kept it in place. Mm-hmm. But that's it. So this is what's left of that bottle. If you are one of the lucky ones that got multiple bottles and are willing to sell one, contact Jeremy or myself.
Me? I'll buy it.
You might.
I mean, if the prices are right. We'll see. We'll see how this is.
Well, yeah.
Have you noticed it yet?
If we survive this podcast.
Well, I mean, if we're ingesting glass, you might not feel it for a couple of days.
True.
Who knows? Listen, some people, pass a kidney stone. It's gotta be of the same thing.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So on the nose, this is it's very kind of, I don't know, I get a coastal kind of element. It's a very wet rock.
I still haven't decided if I'm actually going to drink it myself. I'll nose it for sure with Jeremy here.
So people have told you not to drink this, right? Because
there's a bunch of...
they're like, what are you doing?
People that have it's mixed. So actually, I was gonna say on Instagram, Jason Whiskey Wise. I don't know if you remember him. He used to have a YouTube channel.
Of course.
He mentioned that he's done this before several times and he's okay. And he said that it actually has improved the whiskey.
Really?
Yeah.
Filtering it through coffee filters or just whatever?
So I guess essentially you're improving it because it's
here's the thing. Like when a bottle cracks like that, it's not like smashing.
Yeah.
Right? So like the pieces are large. It's not like crystal where it's like fine glass. It's like it's really thick. I think we're fine. I'm taking a sip.
All right, you go for it. All the best. Good luck.
I'm fine. Yeah, it's this is an interesting Springbank.
Does it still taste like you think it would taste?
The finish on it is very Springbank.
Yeah.
Very, very Springbank for sure. The sherry influence maybe less than expected. Definitely, like if you are thinking about like the PX, the first release.
Yeah.
This is a more milder sherry influence for sure.
And what's funny is like some of the reviews that we've watched so far have said that this is like too influenced by Palo Cortado, right? Haven't you heard that?
Well, see, for me, I don't have an experience with a Palo Cortado cask.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've even had a whiskey matured in this. This is a wine from where again?
It's also a Spanish wine, is it not?
Is it a Spanish wine?
Yeah.
Okay.
And isn't it also a sherry cask? Like
Is
a
it-
type of sherry?
Is it a type of sherry?
I think it is.
Yeah, see, I'm not really
I'm going to double check that for us.
Yeah, double check just to make sure, because I don't think I've had any experience with this. Although I have seen some other Palo Cortado casks or whiskey maturations pop up recently.
It's a type of sherry.
Okay. Yeah, this is nice. This is nice.
It's loses its veil of flora and begins aging oxidatively as an oloroso. Interesting, because the veil of flora is common with the fino, the amontillado. So we should tell them what else we have on the table here, because
Yeah,
there's
lots
some
of other good stuff.
really cool things
that didn't break in the mail.
Didn't break in the mail. This is a 2023 Hazelburn 10, which is probably the first Hazelburn 10 that I've reviewed. Our buddy Paolo was generous enough to, P-Boss, as you guys know him, was generous enough to let us be the first ones to try his bottle of Hazelburn 15-year-old from 2023 as well. This is one of two? No, it was 2022 that there was two Hazelburn releases, a 15 and a 12. This is the 15 from 2023, September 2023, 55.8%, 9,000 bottles. This one to the left of that is really cool. It's a 16-year-old society release Hazelburn. It was in refilled port casks for the majority of its life, and then I believe it's the last 2 years in fresh port casks.
That's very interesting.
So entire life in port, essentially, 16 years, 50.8% ABV.
We got a little half bottle here.
And then
375 milliliter.
Yeah, it's a little 375 or 350.
I wish they would have done it instead of this like tall kind of. It looks like an olive oil
It does.
glass, right? I wish they would have made like a Springbank bottle just like half the size.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'd have been way cooler.
And then they waxed the top too,
Which
is
I don't think
different.
I've ever seen them do that.
I've
before.
never seen them do that before either. Maybe they were concerned with like spillage or leakage, so they waxed it.
I don't know. You think that's a trend they're gonna start going towards?
I do remember people complaining about that with the 28-year-old.
Leakage.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. And then the Springbank 10 Palo Cortado, or however that's pronounced, is 55% on the dot.
Yeah.
And I think there was just under 11,000 bottles, like 10,000 something.
Yeah, that's about
Bottles.
It's about par for the course.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Palo Cortado. So interesting. I get kind of like floral notes along with this like sherry.
Okay.
And then the finish is very much Springbank. You get the peat for sure. But yeah, this kind of like coastal element this thing's got going on, which I'm not. You don't get this in other Springbanks.
Coastal element.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe that's like the grainy, sandy glass.
Fragments of well refined glass. Yeah. Are you gonna try it?
I don't know.
Come on, don't take the last sip.
I'm gonna do a little taste, like a little let it touch my like lips kind of thing.
Filter it out with your tongue. I mean, I love the nose. It does have this weird kind of note to it, though. I mean, I finished it off. It's you do get like a lot of oak.
You drank the last sip. You said you weren't gonna drink.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna waste it. I'm not gonna waste it.
I know that you finished mine, but I do taste it. It's actually, you know what I actually feel is it's very much like a Springbank in a bourbon cask,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. I'm getting like floral notes. I'm getting coastal notes. It's not heavy sherry.
No,
It's refreshing.
I really want to know what people think. Comment down below if you've done this before and you think that there's an impact on the taste of the whiskey based on the filtering, because to me that just tastes like an 18 to like maybe a little older Springbank aged in bourbon casks.
Kind of getting like this like candy cane kind of note now. Kind of digging this.
You know what? Springbank always kind of has this like pine tree, but not quite pine tree, minty, but not quite minty kind of note. And this is very much a Springbank. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that's Springbank. You know what I mean?
It finishes just like any Springbank does.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, you know what? It's really unfortunate that there's only a heel left in that bottle.
Yeah. This is good, man.
Yeah.
I like this.
Well, it's yours.
Since you're scared to drink it, I guess.
So I mean, you win. You win the. I did all the work for it. I paid for it, and you're getting a quarter of a bottle.
This is the best. This is the best day ever.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, obviously this isn't much of a review, but I'm digging it. I like it. Would I pay secondary? No.
Yeah,
I would not.
I mean, based on the small little like squirt that I had, I liked it. I think it's a tasty. I think it's a tasty whiskey.
Do I like it more than the PX?
I think
like I wasn't
you
big on the PX.
I was gonna say the PX has a note that you mention in a lot of whiskeys that you don't like, which is this like oaky kind of like sour oak kind of note that you're never a fan of.
Sour oak, yeah.
Yeah. So I think this would probably be like a yes.
I like this one better. I do like this one more. Yep, I like it more. Interesting.
Well, you'll have more to play with, and you're also on your second glass of it.
Yeah. I like my shirt, by the way.
Very cool shirt. You should have told me you were wearing it. I would have worn mine as well.
Shout out to South Florida Pete lovers.
South Florida Pete lovers. They sent us these shirts.
Yeah.
Coolest guys. We're gonna have them on the channel again eventually.
Yeah, they're always a riot. They're hilarious.
Whenever they're in town, they come in town.
Whenever they get out of jail.
They're big. What's his name fans? Well, because he's from where they're from.
You're talking football?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Guerrero, whatever.
Oh, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, they're huge baseball guys.
Big baseball guys.
I think they are on a mission to go to every single park in the country. I think they've been to pretty much all of them, maybe just like minus a few. But yeah, huge baseball guys.
Okay, take a sip of that Hazelburn 10, and then take another sip of that Palo Cortado.
Hazelburn 10, this one. Yeah.
So the Hazelburn, yeah, it's in order from how you see it here.
Are you saying it's very similar?
There's a lot of similarities. This Hazelburn 10 is arguably better than some Springbank 10s that I've had.
Whoa.
And literally almost as peated. Which does not make sense because it's not peated at all. Right? Am I wrong about that?
It's very nice. It does taste like smoky, doesn't it?
There's something there. Yeah. I mean, there's that obvious, like the obvious funk. Hazelburns are triple distilled, yeah?
Right.
Which is different than Springbank because Springbank's 2.5 times distilled?
Yeah.
Or 1.5 times distilled?
2.5.
2.5 times distilled. Which I guess wouldn't make that huge a difference. But that's delicious. I like that a lot.
Yeah, this is very nice, this Hazelburn 10. I'm not going to say it's better than a Springbank 10 because I think Springbank 10 is like, for me, it's just consistently amazing time after time after time.
You know what I like about this that is not in the Springbank 10? A really nice, like, sweet lemon.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sweet lemon in that.
Yeah.
Like a vanilla lemon, like, cake.
Mm-hmm.
No?
A little bit of like underripe banana even maybe as well.
Yeah. I like that. That's nice. We're going to mark all of these, yeah?
Okay.
We might as well.
Okay.
Hazelburn. Let's try that one next.
We're on to the Hazelburn
15.
15.
The nose immediately is already way better than the old 15.
And this is,
should I grab the other ones?
This is the first fill
much on
Oloroso.
the table
Yeah?
after. This is first fill. Well, it's a
my
mix. It's
God,
usually a
the
mix.
nose on this is so good. Man.
Unreal.
It says on the back.
It's fresh. Oloroso cask matured. Yeah, fresh. You're right. First fill.
So this would be maybe a good comparison to Springbank 15, like the 2021s, 2022s.
It's, you know what? It's interesting because I've never had any Hazelburns taste like those Springbank 15s. But I have the Hazelburn 12 behind you and the Hazelburn 15 behind you from 2022. And they're nothing like this.
This Hazelburn on the nose is phenomenal. It's like, it's coffee.
Yeah.
It's the rich red fruits.
It's like chocolate covered raspberries.
100%. It's like that dessert raspberry drizzle on a chocolate cake.
Yeah.
My goodness. Oh yeah. It really drinks like just like a really heavy cherry
yeah.
bomb.
That, you know what? That's very different than the last two.
Yeah.
It's completely different than the 15.
It doesn't
before.
finish like a Springbank family whiskey.
No.
I would say that this is more like a Glenfarclas family cask.
Dude, I was just going to say that.
Right?
I literally was going to say that. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is like reminding me of a Glenfarclas family cask.
1000%.
That's so crazy.
1000%.
Paulo's going to be very happy with this.
Yeah, he's a big fan of Glenfarclas family cask. This is a different something that Hazelburn hasn't given us before.
Mm-hmm.
This, you know, I'm digging this. This is better than the Cortado.
Yeah. Based on my small taste, yeah, I would definitely say that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when done right, we tend to lean towards Oloroso and PX, right?
My goodness.
I think in general we've been more like, as much as we like the special treat of a PX, we've always leaned a little bit more toward Oloroso.
We've always said that if like, give me either your very best Oloroso or your very best PX, we're picking the Oloroso every time.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's something unique about it when it's incredible.
Yeah.
It can go way worse than a PX can, but it can be so much better than a PX can too.
Yeah, I mean, like this whiskey. If you give this to me blind, I'm telling you this is a Speyside. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you this is a Speyside. It drinks just like something from Glenfarclas.
Yeah,
for sure.
I close my eyes. Someone pours this for me blind. I'm guessing Glenfarclas family cask.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing like a G&M Macallan Spey malt. I'm guessing something along those lines. I'm never guessing
Yeah.
Hazelburn.
I mean, this is first crack. So we might get different elements when this thing opens up, and it could be different. But as of right now,
Yeah.
it's a Speyside whiskey. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now
much so.
I'm very excited to move to this next one.
Yeah, me too. I love the story behind this. Like, you don't see something finished in a cask that it basically was like fully matured in.
Yeah.
And you know what I was always like wondering as well? You're starting to see it with, I guess, bourbon a little bit with the double barrel like maturation. But why don't how come nobody's done a full first fill maturation in a fresh Oloroso cask, and then for the last like 3 to 5 years on a 25-year-old, throw it in a brand new, incredible Oloroso cask for 5 more years, right?
Yeah.
So it's like just amping up that
Right.
sherry. You know what I mean? Okay, maybe not everybody wants that, but I can't imagine that being bad.
So this Hazelburn 16 on the nose, phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is competing with that Springbank port cask that we had a couple years ago, which was how many years old ago? 15?
That bottle still gives me nightmares because we passed up on, when we had the opportunity to buy a backup, we said no. Why? Why?
Probably because we were buying like Highland Park 40 and like just
Stupid amount,
crazy
yeah.
stuff, and like you can only buy so much. So I would say it's hitting me heavy
It
on
is
the
heavy.
nose.
Yeah.
It's not hitting me heavy on the finish though. It's very like well balanced on the
Yeah.
palate.
Yeah. Give it another sip.
Really, really nice. I love when port is correct,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I think this is. Springbank, we've talked about it before. You know, Springbank does port well.
Yeah,
They do it really well.
they do. Yeah, that's really good. I have no complaints about that whatsoever. There's like, I'm very curious what water will do to this actually, because it's thick.
Oh, man. Yeah, the viscosity is through the roof on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. Man, it's blueberries for days.
Mm-hmm.
Man, port is so good when it's done right, you know?
That's the thing about port. Like it's
Jeez.
either so good
Jeez
or
Louise.
yeah,
Man.
that's cool.
Bravo on this one.
You know what's too bad that like, I mean, it's cool that they're doing these small bottles so that everybody can try them.
I know, yeah.
But it's like,
It's-
damn,
I
like
know.
I want a full bottle.
I know.
1,610 of these small bottles. So essentially half of that, 805
Yeah.
full bottles would have been made,
Man, I know.
right?
Jeez. It's like your half bottle just goes down so quick. You know?
Yeah.
Even like
It's like a gas
way,
tank.
Way more
The
than
second
it.
half of the tank
Yeah.
goes so much faster than the first
Right?
half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
This nose, like I'm actually getting like some Amaroot kind of like vibes on this nose.
No way.
Yeah, like
Port Nova vibes?
the 007 one.
Delicious. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, another home run.
Yeah, that's good. It gets better every sip too. It's not like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, Hazelburn coming through here.
You know what?
Right?
I've always loved Hazelburn. There's been some duds for sure. Like the 2022 15-year-old is a fraction as good as this one.
Really?
A fraction.
Yeah.
The 12-year-old from 2022 was excellent, and I would put that up against this, but this is just very different.
Dude,
This is very
the
family
Springbank,
cask.
the Springbank like family like of releases is just they're getting better, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're somehow just like making better and better whiskey, where other distilleries are just like, you know,
Yeah.
fading away. They kill it.
This 15 is stupid.
And
Like
we
I
gotta-
honestly
and
think
we
it
gotta
stole
get-
the show tonight.
We got to get more of that.
I honestly think that it stole the show tonight. Actually, someone offered me a trade for one of these, and I'm gonna do it before we release this video
You better do it quick.
because, yeah, that's a wicked whiskey. That reminds me of like some of the better
Oh yeah.
Glenfarclas family casks.
It's
that we've
like
had.
okay, that coffee note that's in this is that coffee note you get from Glenfarclas.
That finish.
Yes.
That finish is like
Yes.
identical.
Yes.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because like you would have this blind, and you'd be like, "Yeah, Glenn Farcliffe family class." It'd be like Hazelburn 15. You'd be like, "What?"
I would be
No
so
way.
embarrassed, but
No
like
way,
tasting this like this,
Yeah.
yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that that's what it tastes like.
My goodness.
All right, let's give some of these bad boys maybe a score. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah. You want to talk about stuff?
I wanna just like have a moment of silence for that Palo.
Let's have a moment of silence and bow our heads for a broken bottle, because
At this point, we can just show like the pictures.
yeah. Should I get some like bagpipe music to go over it?
I think that's
Okay.
That's appropriate.
I like that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like that.
All right.
Anyway, it's been a minute. We haven't had a podcast in a while. It's been my fault. Someone T-boned me. I got in a car wreck. My car was a write-off. I had to cancel on Rob. I'm like, I texted him. I'm like, yeah, I can't come tonight. My car is like dented all the way in. It's all the airbags went off.
Yeah, I mean that's not your fault, but neither of them were actually your fault. You got into a car accident. Someone T-boned you.
Yeah, that was brutal.
And thank God you're okay. And that's things happen.
I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure this guy was like texting while driving, because he didn't use his brakes and ran
Like
right
he
into
just
me.
went right through you.
Right into me. Well, the week after that I was sick.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we were supposed to have guests both of those days, and one of them, like, we doubled up on the second one because we're like, all right, we'll just get them both done in one night.
Yeah.
And we canceled on the same guy twice.
I mean,
Poor guy.
yeah.
So, actually, if you guys don't know, we'll give them a quick shout out now because they deserve it. It's this company behind me over here. I think the camera picks it up. They're really cool bottles. It's from Alberta. Beautiful scenery. Wildlife Distillery. Wild is spelled a little different. I'm going to grab a bottle so I don't butcher it.
I think it's spelled the same.
Oh, no. You're right. It is spelled. Well, the logo is WLD, and then it's got like a ram's like half face.
So this is one of the newer ones out of Alberta, yeah?
Yeah, so they're from Alberta. I believe, I want to say Banff, but I don't see it.
They do the modern...
Canmore, BC,
Okay.
Alberta. So.
They're doing the modern bottle very well. I like it.
Like that bottle's badass.
Yeah, I do like the bottle.
That's
quite a
really
bit.
cool.
I do like it. They've done a great job on that.
Their presentation is awesome. So, we were supposed to interview them, and we will, but we got to reschedule. So it's gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
Hey guys, check out Into the AM. They're having an anniversary sale right now. It's their anniversary, big day. I think it's gonna go on for a little while. You can get any graphic tees or any of their clothes. There's something for everybody. A lot of times I'm wearing Into the AM and you wouldn't even know that I'm wearing Into the AM because it's got a little symbol over here. I'm wearing a sweater over top, zip up sweater, or a shirt like Jeremy's, and it covers up the logo, but you can also buy the ones without the logos on them as well. But the graphic tees are really cool, so you should check them out. Sales, and then I'll leave a link below because it'll give you an additional 10% off of the existing sale prices. Thanks, guys. You thinking of your marks for these?
Yeah, I'm going back to the Cortado Springbank for a second. Just let that glass just like settle a little, you know?
You know what I love about like...
Oh, the nose on the second go around though? Ooh.
Much better?
Yes.
I know. It's okay.
I'm so glad you're scared of digesting microglass.
Well, we were talking about this off camera.
You've got
like,
enough microplastic in you. What's a little
right?
microglass?
Microplastic's got to be worse. Microplastic's got to
Yeah.
be worse. Yeah, that's what I just said.
It's like
yeah.
it's like chemicals.
Yeah,
glass is
it's
just clean.
terrible for you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Glass is just like sand.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's essentially sand. At a micro level, it's like sand.
Right, exactly.
Isn't it made from sand?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sand. But what I will say is, I'm glad you will enjoy it. And the best part is two things. I recently was a witness on your will. So if something bad happens to you, you've taken care of that aspect of your life.
You did witness my signature on my
Or
will.
your
Yeah.
post life, I guess you
Yeah.
could call it. And then, yeah, like, you know, I have like 2 hungry mouths to feed still.
So what?
I gotta stick around a little
I
longer.
can die from glass indigestion and
Well, I'm not asking you to, but you decided to take that.
listen. I risk it for Springbank. All right.
That's-
we
you
are
know what?
not going to try the newest release.
I'm proud of you for doing it. I'm just, you know.
I would do terrible things to try this. Way worse than like maybe
A little bit of glass.
a micro piece of glass. It's gonna do nothing.
That's amazing. Well, like I did do like all there is to do with this. Like I funneled it out through
Dude,
like,
you feel like filtering it once is fine.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have been fine with that.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'm surprised you even filtered it. I would have just poured it in. Right?
No, that's crazy. Like that's just now you're just talking
Or like through like a sifter or something. Like
yeah, so I dumped it into a bowl. I don't know if you saw the process.
yeah, no,
I dumped it into a bowl through a sifter. Then I grabbed filters.
Yeah,
Usually, like one time I did it like through one, and then the second time I did it through two, and then the third time I did it through 2.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's definitely no glass in there.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. My wife kind of begged me not to do it. And like Casey also begged me not to do it.
you know what? It's fine. You know what? You put worse into your body, or those other people put worse into their body. I'm guarantee you. Anyway, Palo Cortado, my score. This is a very unique style of Springbank. Something
Yeah.
I've never had before from them. It's weird. You get like it almost is like an ex-bourbon element where you get like floral notes.
Yeah.
And you get like weird kind of fruits. There's a weird kind of wood note to it, which I'm not like loving at this point, but I like it more than the PX.
Okay.
I think this is going to rank above the PX for me.
Do you remember where you scored the PX?
I don't.
I feel like you were like 84 or 85.
No, I wasn't that low.
Yeah, you were pretty low.
No.
Should we call it up?
Yeah, call it up because I want to be above it. I feel like I gave it like an 86 maybe, which like for a Springbank score is low because I really don't score anything below like 87, 88, 89 for Springbank. Yeah, I think this one is a very unique style of Springbank. I don't know if they've done like a Palo Cortado cast before. Maybe they have. Anyway, really into this.
Should I skip your ad or let it play through?
Oh, you gotta give me the revenue though.
I know, right?
No, just skip it, please.
83.
83. Okay. Yeah, this is an 80.
Oh, you know why? Because you gave it a -2 for value.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was
Oh,
85
right.
with a -2.
80,
for
I scored
value.
85 and I reduced 2 points for value because I had to buy it in a bundle.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So let's say it was an 85.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta go 86 and a half.
86.
And a half?
Can we give it a -1,000 for not arriving intact?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, 86 and a half for this one.
86 and a half. Nice.
But still a low score for a
And it
Springbank,
cost me 200
you know?
bucks. So for value, what would you give that?
If I paid $200 for that, I'd be taking off at least a half tick for value. I think.
Okay.
I don't think it's worth $200. No,
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, not when these Hazelburns are outshining it.
yeah, and
Right?
and the exact like I mean, this is 5 years older,
Yeah,
and 50. It's not like it's a low ABV.
and it's less money.
It's 50 point. No, it's 55.8. It's actually 0.8%
Right.
higher in ABV,
Yeah, and less money.
and it's less money.
Yeah,
It was actually significantly less money.
yeah, and more readily available, and not like crazy jacked up in the secondary market. Right?
Yeah, it was like, I want to say that was like 150 and change,
Yeah.
which is a great. If I could find 30 of these at 150, I'd buy them right now.
150 for this Hazelburn 15
Yeah.
is a great price.
That's a dumb price. That's a really good price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so You gave this an 86.5. I'm not
Yep.
going to score it because it wouldn't be fair. All I will tell you is that my heart's broken.
Yeah.
Like the shattered glass. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a song called Mosaic that talks about broken glass. And so would you consider this a beautiful mosaic considering we put the glass to good use?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's being reassembled as mosaic style in my stomach right now.
It will be. All right, so you gave this an 86.5,
Yeah.
and potentially a minus 0.5 for value.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's go to the Hazelburn 10.
Yeah.
This is like coming in still around like $90 on
Yeah.
average, about $100.
Not bad. Not
So like for Campbelltown, Springbank Distillery, something that's fairly available, like you can still kind of get it.
Mm-hmm.
What are you scoring that bad boy right there?
Okay, so I think you need to, like, you compared this to Springbank 10, and I think that's probably where you need to look at when
Yeah.
you're scoring stuff. I score Springbank 10 anywhere from 88 to 89, and half points in between. This, for me, is a very, very nice whiskey. It's not touching that.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's still very, very good. But I still would probably take this Cortado over it. So I gotta be 86 on that, a half point less than what I would score Cortado. But if you're incorporating value, now I'm gonna probably add up a half tick or more
Okay.
for value.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like this Hazelburn 10 with value added might be a better buy than the Palo Cortado.
Yeah, and that's the thing that gets tricky with these special releases, right? Because it's like this is a one-off. They're producing this a few times a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. Like it's tough to like score. We should probably come up with some sort of scoring system where these are regularly available bottles. These are the scores for these. These are special release bottles. These are the like scores for these. Because like I don't know. I don't know if it's apples to apples. Like it's not really.
Well, I mean,
But it's good to know that a regular release is almost as good as a like special release.
it happens all the time.
I'm sure it does.
It happens all the time with
Yeah.
so many distilleries.
Yeah, sure it does.
What are you giving it?
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm liking. Maybe I'm liking it a little bit more than you, but I'm gonna also match the. I think I'm gonna go 86 as well.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely buy that again, 100%.
For $90, I would buy it
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's go with this bad boy. I'm gonna give it one more sip before I.
Moving on to the Hazelburn 15, first fill Oloroso.
We should
Taste-
probably give some tasting notes.
Tastes just like a Glenfarclas Family Cask. I mean,
It tastes-
the coffee, dude. The
Yeah.
coffee note on this is phenomenal. It's got the dark chocolates, got that fudge.
I don't get why it tastes like the Glenfarclas Family Cask. It's identical. The finish is like they must have, for whatever reason, sourced the exact same casks that year because I'm pretty sure it was a 2022. No, it was a 2002.
They're buying the same cask from Glenfarclas.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That Farkless 2002 was like I remember it being incredibly good.
Yeah.
I think Paulo had that one as well. And this tastes so much like that one. That lingering coffee and
Yeah.
dark chocolate and raspberry.
Yeah.
So good. I know what I'm scoring this. What are you going to score it?
Yeah, this is a big score for me because I do like this a lot. I mean, I like Glenfarclas a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be up there. This has got to be 88.5 for me. And I think we incorporate value for, what do you say, 155 for this?
150.
150. It's got to be another half point at least.
Yeah. So you're 90.
89.
89. Oh, yeah, 90. Yeah,
80,
okay.
89?
Yeah,
Yeah.
89.
Yeah, it's approaching a 90 for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, like this is great. This is
Yeah,
great.
I'm going to give this an 88 for sure. Like,
Yeah.
for me, that's, old score would be a 90, new score, 88.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
whether that even means anything to anybody anymore. Like, what I used to score. If you're new to the channel, it's 2 points less just because we've had some incredible whiskeys over the years. And, like, it doesn't feel right giving, like, a a run of the mill whiskey like a 92 anymore. When we've tried like 70 and 80-year-old whiskeys.
Right.
you
Yeah.
know? So it's kind of whatever.
I just got like an apple note on the finish, and that's crazy. Like a candy apple.
Yeah, like keep in mind, these are
Man,
neck pours.
My goodness.
Right?
That's
Like,
true.
These are neck pours.
That's true.
So this 15 is going to be bonkers by the end of it.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm 88. He's 88 and a half, but technically my 88 means 90. So
That's right. Yeah, because we used to score on the same level, and then you're like, I gotta bring my scores down a bit because I've tried too much good stuff.
you know what? It used to be where, on average, depending on what we were reviewing, I was about a half point to a point more than you. And now I'm usually like a point less. But that's because of my new scoring.
Right.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is crazy
The
too.
Springbank Society, Hazelburn, 16. Port matured and then port finished.
Okay, but like, I'm sorry. That's all I have to say to the people that are not able to do this. So all of the U.S., like, what, like 99% of Canada, more than 99% of Canada.
Yeah. I mean, listen, there was a time when you could have got into Springbank Society. There was
I'm so happy we capitalized on that.
There was a short window, and then it closed.
And out of all of the groups that you could have joined, this has definitely been the most rewarding one, because Ardbeg, like, anybody can get a committee release,
That's a weird thing about Ardbeg.
right? Anybody
Committee
can buy
members, you don't need to be a committee member to buy the committee release.
Yeah,
It's on the
that
shelf.
used to be the way you can get it.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No.
Like, we were Ardbeg committee release guys, and we were unable to get some of the earlier, like, when we first
That's
joined, we
true.
were unable to get them.
Yeah.
And then
And then they're like, how are we going to sell 25 million bottles of Ardbeg Punked? We better put it on the shelf.
exactly, that's exactly the conversation.
1,000%.
That's exactly the conversation. So there's that, and then you have SMWS, which, I respect. I think they're great, but it's not cheap. They're not cheap. That's one thing for sure. They're not cheap.
Yeah.
And the fee is not cheap to stay a member. Like, it's
Right.
it's up there.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was?
It was $50 or something? a
No,
month?
that was these guys. It was a one-time fee of $50.
Oh, 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
Right.
Right. Sorry. And we got a glass and a golf shirt.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And really, we didn't even have to do anything. We just told the representative from Canada that did it all for Springbank.
Yeah.
And then he took care of getting that off to us.
Good thing we did that. Jeez.
What? Like, there's some whiskeys that I guess I would never have known, but like that Springbank 8-year-old up there, that Oloroso 8-year-old is bonkers.
I walk by that bottle every day because it's just like on my top shelf and I see it. I'm like, ooh.
I've been baby. I don't know.
I've
Like,
been it's been the most baby bottled of all time.
I have a half a bottle left, and I'm babying the hell. And like, that's not typically like me. Like, I usually pour whatever for anybody.
Yeah.
But
not
that's
that
one bottle that like I'm not pouring.
Dude,
for
I
anybody anymore.
I pour Highland Park 30 over that for people.
Right?
Yeah, I'm
Like,
like,
I'm like-
I'll give you Highland Park 30. I'm like, I'm not giving you any of that 8-year-old.
I willingly pour people that are just getting into whiskey, like my $700 like Tobias and the Angel.
Yeah, I drink that.
Right?
That, yeah.
But no, I'm like, no, sorry. Only like the guys that I know really know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, really respect it.
Yeah, that's true. If you're pouring like that Springbank, you need to pour it to someone who knows Springbank.
That's it.
All right, so score on this one.
man.
On the port.
This is tough because there's a note in it that I think is going to go away, but I'm not crazy about it right this minute. It's like, You know that dirty like note that you get of like some port or a sherry cask? It's like a dirty note.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing. It's not like sulfury or anything of that sort. But I do like this 15 better than this 16.
Ooh. Okay. This is where we differ then.
Okay, yeah. So I'm like an 87.
Okay.
I'm like an 87 for the port 16.
Yeah. And I think that dirty note that you mentioned, it is it's like a field raspberry.
Right. Yes.
Like you're picking a raspberry from the field.
You actually dropped it.
And it's still got some dirt residue on it. Like
Yes.
you blow on it.
It's like
You haven't washed it, but you just like blow the dirt off and then you eat it. That's that note.
Yeah.
I love that note, by the way.
Do you like that? See,
I love that.
I remember,
dirty,
yeah. It's not for everybody, but it's
I think this whiskey is a showcase of port maturation, and Springbank Distillery does it like amazingly well.
Yeah.
Maybe better than anyone else. I don't know, but in my experience,
Probable.
it seems like they are.
yeah.
89 for me on this one. It's the highest score on the table.
Nice.
Really really like it a lot.
I mean, yeah, technically we're probably pretty aligned.
I mean, whatever. I'm like a half point more than that Hazelburn. This is the shining light because this one is more available.
Yeah, 9,000 bottles, and like for whatever reason, in the last little while, Hazelburn hasn't really demanded like a huge amount on secondary.
True. Yeah, if you have to go to secondary market and buy this, maybe you're paying like
$300.
you know, yeah, maybe like
Is that worth $300 to you?
you might not even paying like double the price. It might not even be like maybe like 1.5 times.
True. And to be honest, I'd rather pay $300 for this Hazelburn 15 than buy the like direct comparison family cask for like $450.
True.
Right?
True.
So there's that.
Yeah. And even like honestly, like the 18 and 19-year-old family casts might not be as good as this. You might have to go to like 24, 25, 26-year-old family casts to get the same quality as this.
Yeah, like we had one.
You had 119 that was phenomenal. Right?
Yeah, it was stupid.
It was so good.
Yeah, I just got a really nice finish note on this port as we speak. Like, okay, guys, remember, these are going to get better. They're not going to get worse. They're going to get way better. So
true.
we're scoring high,
That's true. We are scoring
And we're
high
not even-
for the first attempt.
right?
Yeah.
Like, we're scoring high based on something that's just going to improve. So keep that in mind.
The Super Bowl is this Sunday. You got a prediction? You watch football?
I think Taylor Swift's going to win. She wins in my books.
Yeah, her and the NFL have already won this season for sure.
I don't watch football. I used to be a big Miami Dolphins fan.
Oh yeah,
I used to.
yeah.
Like,
Like Dan Marino phase, like when you were super young.
yeah, so Dan Marino phase, even just beyond that.
Yeah,
But then they sucked for so long
yeah.
that I just couldn't do it anymore.
I know.
And
They-
then I'm not the type of guy that can just jump to a different team. Like, I'm a Leaf fan. When the Leafs sucked, I rode that out forever.
You know what's crazy about like Leaf haters is like they want you to jump teams.
Yeah,
They're like, "Why do you cheer for the Leafs?"
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, what do you mean? Like I'm just like not gonna. You want me just to be a bandwagon fan and cheer whoever wins the Stanley Cup?
Are we sampling a little domestic right now?
Dude, I cannot stand. Listen, if you want to hate the Leafs, whatever, fine. But like, don't tell a Leafs fan to jump teams. To just be to be a fan of a different team.
I know.
Did you tell like the Boston Red Sox to jump teams when they didn't win the World Series for 100 years?
Or the Chicago Blackhawks for like 50 years.
Yeah, or the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's called being a loyal fan.
Yeah. No.
You support your team no matter what. Yeah, okay, they lose every single fucking year in the playoffs. We got to deal with that. But like, don't tell me to like, oh, you shouldn't be a fan of their team.
No.
Like, no.
But
That's a crazy thing to tell someone.
I don't think too many. I mean, I feel like this is gender specific. Like, I can hear that coming out of my wife's mouth. Like, why are you there? Why are you fans of this? Like, why are you a fan of this team?
Man, I don't. Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, Because you don't watch sports.
Who am I going to cheer for? Montreal? Ottawa? Get the fuck out of here.
We're getting close to domestic
Get
over
the fuck out of here.
So for those of you that don't know, Jeremy's girlfriend is a huge Montreal Canadiens fan, right?
Yeah, well, she was born in Montreal, so
Yeah, and family.
it's
yeah,
fine.
I would assume.
It's like she's
I mean,
allowed.
it's fine.
She's allowed.
I have two brothers that are Montreal Canadian fans.
And they weren't even born in Montreal.
No, they're born here.
Right, they have
I have the other brother is a Buffalo Sabres fan. Figure that one out. Buffalo Sabres.
That's disgusting.
Right?
That makes me want to spit out my Hazelburn.
So there's that.
Super Bowl. Leave a comment down below. What do you think this final score is going to be? This is my prediction.
It's Kansas 100%, dude.
So I think Kansas City is in like their dynasty mode right now, and like, are they really going to let Brock Purdy, who was like the last overall draft pick, beat them and like kind of like put a bit of a tamper on their dynasty?
He was the last overall draft pick,
Yeah,
like in the entire draft,
yeah.
not first round.
No. Like number 256.
Come on, has that ever happened before? Well, no, actually, Tom Brady was really late.
Tom Brady was very late in the draft, but yeah, no quarterback that's been drafted the very last pick has ever made a Super Bowl. Like, listen, Brock Purdy is a good quarterback.
Okay.
But I feel like San Francisco has a very good system where it's like any quarterback that's serviceable can go in there and be successful. I think that leads to like the scheme and the coaching and whatever. Listen, San Francisco is a very good team. I think both teams are going to try to run the ball.
Yep.
I kind of like maybe betting the under in the first half, perhaps. Both teams are going to establish a run. But I still think that Kansas City gets it done in the end. Close game. I'm going to go Kansas City 27, San Francisco 24.
Okay, 27-24. I'll remember that score.
There we go.
On the football topic,
Yeah.
Black History Month. So I show my kids every year on Black History Month, Remember the Titans.
Oh, nice.
How good is that movie?
Yeah.
Well, like, I honestly, have you ever just watched like Denzel Washington motivation clips? Have you? Has that
No,
ever?
but I feel like I should when I'm trying to jog more than 5 kilometers.
Do it, man.
Yeah.
Do it. Like
Yeah.
that guy, honestly, got me through some tough times. He's unreal.
Really?
But I'm going Kansas. I think they're gonna win. I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna go as far as like predicting scores because like I don't know enough about football.
Yeah.
I know that somehow Taylor Swift is gonna make an appearance from Japan all the way to the Super Bowl.
Well, I think she's flying in. I mean, I know people have like calculated because she has a show in Japan the night before.
the night before.
And she has and the time difference there is crazy, right? It's like 12, 14
but they
hours.
should like that'll actually
fly
gain
back.
her. That'll gain her some time. I
She's
think.
she's like Superman, like reversing the time.
Yeah,
going around the
Yeah,
world.
so like a friend of mine turned 40 in Japan. Like she went to Japan for her 40th, turned 40 in Japan.
Yeah.
And then wasn't 40 here until like I think it was like almost 12 hours later.
Yeah, 12 hours.
Yeah, so she has actually extra time because she'll,
What do you think the
concert.
whole Taylor Swift thing? I think it's like it's obviously blown way out of proportion. It's like it's too much.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like it's eyeballs on the game. But like, do you want
Yeah, but
more
no-
eyeballs on the game? I think
No one that's
I
a-
think I don't.
How many actual Taylor Swift fans will stay football fans? None. Not a single one.
No.
If they weren't football fans before Taylor Swift, they're not going to be football fans after
0%.
Taylor Swift.
As soon as her and Kelsey break up, if they lose the Super Bowl, it's over.
No.
What?
No way.
It's done.
No way.
It's done.
Is there a betting odds on that?
So there was a betting odds on
On him proposing.
On him proposing.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. And the no got bet so hard, I think they took it off the board because like they were offering like if you wagered $100, you'd win, I don't know, 25 or something, which is like crazy odds. Like people were betting millions of dollars on the no.
Millions.
Yeah. Oh, not million, but like as much as they could.
People are insane. She's never saying no.
No, but like he's never gonna propose to her. You think he's gonna propose to her?
So
after
the
Super
bet
Bowl?
doesn't count if he doesn't propose at all, right?
No.
If you bet the no or the yes, you lose your money if he doesn't propose.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but people were betting that he wouldn't.
That's crazy. People are crazy.
You
People
think
are
he's-
losing their mind. Why would you bet on that? On that?
Dude, you could bet on so many crazy things for the Super Bowl.
I know, but that's absurd. That it like you don't even know if it's gonna happen. Not even like it's not a
Dude.
for sure. Like you
Dude.
know there's gonna be Gatorade in the Gatorade thing. You know that someone's flipping a damn coin.
Yeah.
You know that someone's got to win a game. You do not know that someone's gonna
Well,
propose.
here's the thing: Taylor Swift was on the field on the AFC Championship game. She came down, right?
Yeah.
Travis Kelce had the mic. There was cameras there. He could have proposed right at that second. He could have done it.
He could have. Didn't they ask him if he was gonna retire, and he was like, "We'll see" or something?
I don't know. There's also a rumor they're already engaged.
Yeah. I mean, who
And
cares?
if that rumor's true, then he's not going to propose if they're already engaged. So why wouldn't you bet the no?
I can't believe like this is what we've come to. Have you watched the movie Leave the World Behind?
No.
Okay, watch that movie tonight.
Yeah.
Watch that movie
Tonight?
or whatever.
I got too much Hazelburn to drink.
Yeah. Okay. Well, drink lots of Hazelburn while you're watching it. Watch that movie because there's some theories behind this movie, but it's like it was produced by Barack Obama and Michelle Obama.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like whatever. There's some theories behind it, but watch this movie. Like our world is going garbage. Like the fact that we give a shit so much about a relationship between a pop star
Yeah.
and a football player.
Yeah.
It just shows how like pathetic we are.
It's because our lives are so meaningless and uneventful that we have to like look to other people to get fulfillment.
That's so sad.
You know what you need? You need to get a cabin in the woods and reintroduce yourself with nature. I think
I
everyone
agree.
needs that.
I agree.
I did that recently. It was the best. Didn't give a shit about Taylor Swift or celebrity culture.
Okay, so we finished the scoring on all these bad boys. Highly recommended across the board.
Yeah, I think that if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I need to grab something, try to find the Hazelburn 15. Try to find this one. It's definitely worth it.
100%.
It's definitely worth it.
100%.
Yeah. And leave us a comment down below. What do you think is going to happen in the Super Bowl? It should be a great game, regardless of what happens. It should be an entertaining spectacle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cheers, guys.
That's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one. Cheers.